Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. Well, Sonia might join us just now, but let's just let everybody know that we are here and live for New Monday Reader's Warehouse Recommends. Hello, everybody. I'm Thomas from Reader's Warehouse, and we are live again on a Monday. And this week, of course, we're talking about the best books in the book industry, children's books. It's always exciting to talk about new titles coming out and that just arrived at your nearest Reader's Warehouse. And joining us today, we have three wonderful people from the book industry. We have Lita Kwok joining from Indie Publishers. We have Emma Cookby joining from Scholastics. And we have Vrishka Low joining us from John the Bull Publishers. And if you're new to these sessions, how it's going to work is we're going to be doing 3 rounds of book recommendations. And in each round, one of these wonderful people are going to highlight a title for us. And each title will mention in the comment section with the title, the author, and link to our website. And then at the end of the 3 rounds, I'm going to be showcasing our top 5 best-selling books for the past 2 weeks at Reader's Warehouse. So we haven't decided who's going to go first. So I don't know, Emma, do you want to go first for a change? And then we can do Vrishka and then Melita. So Emma, if you want to start off the first round with your first title.
Sure, I can start. That's new for me. Start strong.
Yeah.
So I'm starting with a picture book because I love our picture books. They're probably my favourite thing that we publish is our picture books, especially when they are books like this. So Michelle Robinson and Tom Knight, dynamic duo, who've done several books in the past for Scholastic, When the Cucumber Lost His Cool, When Ice Cream Had a Meltdown, and we've got now When the Cookie Crumbled. So I really like this series, this food having emotions series, and it's just a nice way to ease kids into understanding these difficult emotions they might have. It's easy enough to accept, oh, I'm happy and I'm hungry, but these are those sort of more difficult emotions and feelings that they might be having that they can't quite explain to their parents. So these are the sort of books where they can go, I'm feeling really stressed, but they don't know the word stress. So they go, I feel like cookie today, or I feel like ice cream today, or like cucumber. And I think that's like a really cute language to bring into when you speak to a child, when you're communicating with a child. It's like an easy way to get them to relate to what they're feeling and how to explain it and to go, okay, so you feel like cookie today, so this is how I can treat you. So Michael is a really cool cookie. He loves to stand out from the batch and be a little bit different, even though his brothers and sisters are sort of saying, no, you have to all be uniform and be neat and be circle and be what cookies should be. But he doesn't want to be like the rest of them. So, but when he feels like he can't be himself, he starts to crumble, the cookie crumbles. So I think it's a really sweet book, very emotionally charged and sort of showing kids that we can be different from our family members. We don't all have to be the same, especially if there are siblings. I think it's really useful for communicating with kids. So not just for kids, really, for adults as well, learning to communicate with their children.
Yeah, no, I love the series, and I think this is also so great for schools as well, like for schools to use and school libraries, because but any books about like kids' emotions is just fantastic, and children's behavior and things like that, and learning that. So I love the series, and I think this is a great one for that they've done now as well.
Mm.
Great, thanks, Emma. Okay, Vrishka, are you going to try and share your screen?
Let's see if I can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, share screen. Ta-da. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep, we can.
Okay, so I'm starting on the beautiful side. As we're starting to look into our seasonal buying, I feel people, will spend a little bit more money on something beautiful, because these books are, although they are made for children, they are just made for anybody who loves something precious, and I feel it's like a keepsake. Timson Hudson make amazing books, so this is a great series. Helene Drouvet, I'm sure I'm saying her surname wrong. She's a French illustrator. She also works in advertising and packaging and other things. So she has a very sophisticated approach to her visual storytelling. And so this looks at plant life around the planet. I'm going to show you some of the inside pages. We'll open. You can see, so it's a lot of laser cuts, very multi-layered. Text is all scientifically factual, but of course, part of the beauty is just really looking at the art of it. And this is definitely not just a picture book, you know, so it has another layer of use to, or use is not the right word, but yeah, you definitely see it's got a more sophisticated palette to view. I think with her, she works with her dad sometimes, and they've done an anatomy book and a jungle book and an ocean book. I think these are beautiful. And so, although it's a picture book, I don't think it's for littlies, you know. I'd say you need to at least understand how to use a book and look after it. So I'd say 8, 9. And from there, it can be up to 100, you know, anybody who loves it. I mean, this is something I would buy for myself, not for a kid.
I actually saw this book last week when we got it in, and it is actually pretty big. It's not like a small book. It's actually quite a big book.
No.
It's huge.
It's bigger than an A4. You know.
Yeah.
You can put it on a coffee table.
Yeah.
You know. So wish. Yeah. No. It is a gift book. Really.
Yeah, we actually, I saw some photos this week of our Ram bookstore, and they've started doing a gardening display for spring, and they actually have the book there. And I was like, oh wow,
that's
there.
amazing.
And then I saw.
Will you send me that picture, Tom?
Yeah, sure. And then and then the book came here for our website last week, and I was just like, wow, this book is just stunning. So yeah. It can be anyone who loves gardening or plant life, you know,
totally.
children interested in plants as well, you know, because there's so much to view, you know, the illustrations are so beautiful. So
definitely, yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
It's amazing. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Melita. And Sonia, thanks so much for joining us. It's going to have Melita, and then you can go with your first title. So Melita, over to you for your first title.
Okay, great. Varishka, I wanted to say now that that book is now definitely on my list for Christmas. So okay, so let me just go back. So the first title that I'm talking about, Not So Fast Shongololo. So this is
I just want to make sure you can share your screen quickly, Melita.
Can you see the screen share there?
No, not yet. Do you want to try now?
Okay.
Let's see. There we go. It's loading now. It's loading. Here we go. Perfect.
Okay, great. So the first one that I'm talking about, Not So Fast Shongololo. This is a beautiful classic picture book by world-renowned South African author Nikki Daly. And this is a book about family bonding, and it will be cherished by all readers. And this is the new edition. It has an irresistible new look with updated typesetting, as well as a brand new cover. So, and this one, like I said, it really takes a look at the family, especially the relationship between a child and a grandparent. So Gogo must go shopping, and she takes a little Songololo with her. So yeah, and we all know Nikki Daly's artwork is just absolutely fantastic. So there you can see I added the back cover as well, with Gogo trying to keep up with her little Shongololo. So this is really beautiful. This is also a book that does very well with overseas visitors that love the African and South African themes, as well as the illustrations.
Yeah, I know this book we got so many requests from schools for this book over the years, you know, with trying to get new editions. So I'm so glad that it's being reprinted now. And there's been such a big demand for more Nikki's backlist. So I'm just so glad that we've got this coming in now.
Absolutely, and this is the one that we had a lot of requests for, both from stores as well as the public.
Okay, wonderful, exciting. Thank you so much. All right, Sonia, over to you for your first title. Hello. You're going to have to unmute yourself as well. You can't? Oh my gosh, let's see. Let me see if I can unmute you. There you go. I think you might have to put your sound up. Maybe you have to put your sound up on your computer. Let's see. Oh no, it's not working. Uh-oh. Okay, well, Sonia, we can always come back to you. We'll start the second round and see if it works. Second round, well, you can do two. So we'll start second round. So Emma, over to you for your second title.
So I'm going to go for Efua Traore for my second title. It's Chicken House. You know, I love talking about Chicken House every time I get a chance. So this one is the third book from third standalone middle grade novel by this author. She also won a Waterstones Prize for her previous title, Children of the Quicksands. And this one's a little bit more upbeat and adventurous. So this one is about a young boy called Jomi, whose mother left him when he was younger to try and find a better life for them in Lagos. When he doesn't hear from her, he decides he wants to go and follow her and try and find her. But he's only got one lead, and that's that she used to absolutely adore watching this dance competition on TV that he knows is filmed in Lagos. So he thinks, you know, he gets into all sorts of trouble when he arrives. He's got his little friendly bush baby pal to follow him and try and help him out finding her, but he gets into a lot of trouble. You know, he's not used to being in this vibrant city, and he's just all mixed up, and eventually ends up making friends with some lovely street kids who decide that they're going to try and help him find his mum. The only chance, this one chance that they think we can probably use to find her is to get on this TV show. So it's about this one shot that they have to try and get on there in the hopes that his mum watches and sees him and can find him again. It's, like I say, it's really upbeat, it's friendly, it's funny, it's heartwarming. It might sound a little bit hard, you know, like not being separated from your parents, but I just think it's really bright and interesting, and yeah, I really love this one.
Yeah, it sounds great. And then you have to see at the end now, does his mom see him on the TV? So you have to wait and see what happens. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Great. Perfect. Wonderful. Thanks so much, Emma. All right, Rushka, over to you.
Okay, so we're on to Pixies. Come on, Pixies. Can you see my Pixies?
Not yet. If yours doesn't work, I can share it. I've got it also.
Hold on. Share.
There we go.
Now, can you
It's
see my
loading. There
Pixie
we go.
now?
Yeah, I can see them.
Yes. Okay. I'm getting so good at this, like one
Yeah.
year in anyway. So Daisy Meadows, for anybody who's been in the book trade 5 minutes, you'd know that they've written so many. I think we're on 145 of the Rainbow Magic books. And I remember, this is how long I've been in the trade, is I remember the first ones coming out and we thought, oh, it's going to be like a 7-book series or like a 12-book series. And so I feel like it's quite big that we now have the start of a new Daisy Meadows series, Pixie Magic, and I love the illustrations. I think they're lovely and modern, and the thing that they've added to these that I love is a craft element.
Oh,
So it's basically the story of 2 best friends, and they love making things, and they're always out. They've got a little garden. The one friend's got a little garden shed, and so they've made it into a little work studio, craft studio, and so they're always busy there. And then they get transported into this miniature world where the pixies are, and the pixies help them with things. And so in the first one, you learn how to make a friendship bracelet, which I think is, very cute and so obviously very perfect for this age. It's sort of 7 till 9. And the second one I've put in, I think the second one is out in October. Yeah, so I think it's going to be, the second one's got a pottery angle. So I think it's going to be lovely. Kids are going to, enjoy it. I like the new clean feel of it. It'll still be as sparkly as the others. Yeah, definitely, I think, a winner.
Yeah, this is such an exciting age group, because I know from going to schools and how young children will choose the books they want to read, and this is just post the reader, and so the wider the range. Sometimes they want to read a book with a cat on the cover or a dog on the cover. Some they want to read one with a fairy or a pixie, and so I can see my
pixies are nice because they're not fairies, they're always a little bit more inquisitive and a little bit more sort of feisty. So yeah.
Yeah, and this is like, I would say, like, if you had to look at ages, is like, you would say like 7-ish, or what kind of age do you think?
I'd say well, 7. Well, if someone's going to read it to a child, then you could be 5, whatever. But if you're going to read it yourself, I'd say at least 7, 8 and up.
And I know I looked at the copy of this first book, and it's the same like Rainbow Magic. It's got the beautiful like black and white illustrations inside,
Yeah.
heavily illustrated. So it's just like perfect for someone learning to read for the first time, or just
And that's also the nice thing about a series, is it builds your confidence because you already know the basis of it, So it's an easy sense of achievement. You finished another story, you finished another story. So that's why a series does so well for this age group generally.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, wonderful. Thanks, Melita. I'm not Melita Varushka. Okay, Melita, over to you for your second title.
Sorry, let me just try it again. Can you see the screen there?
It's loading. Yeah, it's loading. Yep, it's on.
Okay, great. So the first one that I'm talking about, this is now, or the second book, this is now the fourth one in the series that's out now. Die Seerovers in Kaptein Rufus Rotus. So the English kids will obviously recognize this from the Jolly Rogers translation. It's by Johnny Duddle. So yeah, this is just an absolute brilliant read for, it's ideal for beginner readers in Afrikaans, but it's also ideal for the English kids who need to read an Afrikaans book, especially if they already read the English ones. So, and this one, Matilda wakes one morning at Grootgaap Bay and find that it is absolutely infested with rats. Luckily, a practical piper, Rufus Rotus, offers his help. But will he be able to keep his promise, or will Bastian, Matilda, and the Van der Branders have to save the day? So this is really a fun read for kids. And like I said, ideal for English kids who need to read Afrikaans as well. And the illustrations is just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, 100%. I think just like the Daisy Meadows, I think these also have such beautiful black and white illustrations that just carry the story forward. And I think it sounds such a great story as well, that I'm sure children are going to be so entertained reading this new installment in the series. All right, Sonia, you're going to give it a try. Let's see. Are we lucky this time?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can.
Sorry, I have no clue what happened. Can you see my Papa Peekaboo?
Yes, we can.
So this is it. I don't know, but I'm sure you guys know Dorling Kindersley. They're such a brand that people recognize, and we call them one of our heritage brands. When people see Dorling Kindersley, they know the product is visual, it's perfect, it's for the right ages. They do a lot of they make sure that the product that they put out is really for the children, for the ages, and for the readers and so forth. I just love DK, as you can hear. So the first one, the series, we call it the Papa Peekaboos. It's our best-selling series, board book series at Penguin Random House. These are fantastic. They are nice and chunky. We always try to keep the price under 200 Rand, because otherwise, even for a big board, it gets really expensive. But these are with surprise pop-ups. So basically, you open the book, and then you have a digger that pops out, or you have a penguin, or yeah. It is really some of the Papa Peekaboos, like nice and sturdy as well. And these are fantastic for first readers, for young children that you can read with your children, and then when they get a bit older, is to recognize the sounds and so forth that they can do. Like I said, when you buy something like this, it's really worth the money, and it's great gifts as well. So yeah,
perfect for like toddlers' birthdays and things like that. Just like the series to go to. Right,
we've had so much fun with these. These are really fantastic. Love them.
Perfect. Do you want to do the second title as well, Sonia? Because we've done 2 so far. You want to do the second one? You can just reshare your screen.
Sorry, Thomas. Let me go back. Sorry, I'm useless for Zoom. Useless. Let's do it again. Okay, let's just go back there. Okay, and then let's see. There.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, it's got
Can
me
you
now on
see
the
my
cover.
blue?
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. Bluey is a new brand for us. We started publishing Bluey in 2021, but we've heard the rumors, from the other territories and say, listen, Bluey is doing phenomenally well. Bluey is from Australia. She and her family have come up with all kinds of adventures and things they do. And when it landed in South Africa in 2021, people were really excited, but it was still very early. The licensing wasn't out and so forth. So normally with these big licenses that we do brands, we do the books first, and then we do the toys and the t-shirts and whatever's coming. You guys, we have Bluey is almost as big as Peppa Pig at the moment. She's going to overtake Peppa Pig for next year. And we have a title called Bluey's Christmas Swim, because it's in Australia, so the weather is almost like ours. So for Christmas, we have a swimming, so you can imagine how well that's going to do. We are investing a lot in Bluey. She's just so much fun. She, they get, and with her whole family, they're perfect for first readers. Children that can follow along, and there's a lot of recognition in the market with Bluey, where kids see Bluey and then they know exactly what we're talking about. And I think why Bluey is really working well is because the adults is enjoying it as well. I always laugh. I said when adults love a book as much as the kids, because there's adult humor in there as well, then they do really well. This is such a lovely brand for us. It's something that we really feel strong about, and yeah, I love Bluey. I'm doing all the brands today.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Sonia. I actually saw, I told Marianne from Penguin Random House the other day that, like, in America, the most watched children's show is Bluey at the moment. Cocomelon is number 2, but this is the most watched, so it's pretty amazing.
It's incredible. And I think, again, Thomas, it's when you watch it, go and do yourself a favor and just watch the Bluey 1 or 2 of the episodes. It is really fun. And I think people want to be entertained at the moment. Like, you can see what happened with the Barbie movie. It's so different from what we've done in the past. People want to be entertained. It needs to be light. And I think that's why Bluey is working so well. Oh, she's so cute. I just love Bluey.
Wonderful. Thanks, Sonia. Okay, so we've done to round 2, so we're going to do the final round. So Emma, over to you for your final title.
So my final title is going to be the ever popular Dragon Prince. So this started out on Netflix in 2018, and the latest series 4, has just aired back in July on this year. So we publish all of the books that go alongside this. So they are companion titles, they are titles that are based on the series, which expand on the series. And we also have our graphic novels, which are set in the same universe, set in the same world, and they are original canon stories from the world, just a little bit extra for fans to get their teeth into. So this is the 3rd graphic novel that we've done for the Dragon Prince series. And like, I love graphic novels. I think they're great for encouraging, readers, kids who are a bit reluctant to read. Especially if they love this TV show, then they're going to want to have these alongside that. And it's not too far removed. It's not like you love this TV series, here's now a big chunky book full of 500 pages or whatever. It's marrying the two together, the TV, the images alongside the words in the story. So I'll always talk lovingly about graphic novels, especially when they're paired with the TV show that's as amazing and award-winning as the Dragon Prince. So really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I have to say that the books and the graphic novels, I've been so amazed how popular it's been thanks to the Netflix TV series. And this is perfect for fans of like the Wings of Fire graphic novels, or even the Amulet series. It's just right up there, like for kids to read. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, there's so much to delve into in this world, and it's just, really exciting, really great world building.
I love it. Sorry. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but yeah.
You definitely are.
Okay,
there you go. All right, Varishka, over to you for your final title.
Okay. A little bit of romance. There we go. This is coming through.
Yep. There we go.
And I love book people, and we're always a sucker for a good pun on a cover. So obviously the main character's name is Roman. So all about romance. Roman Bright is a non-binary teenager living in an extremely small town. So they are convinced that there is no one possibly in this town who would want to date them. Yet they obsessively love romance and love stories and watch movies and read books, always holding out for their own romance. And then one day they start getting these little postcards, little love notes, interest notes in their locker. Someone makes this massive graffiti. They always say that you must have a big declaration. There's a massive graffiti dedicated to them in the school passageway, and they think they know who it is, but they're also not saying anything. And it's about that thing that even if you're super confident, you never want to be a fool for love. You never want to be the first one who says something and then you've made a mistake and you might have ruined a friendship, it's an awkward situation. Love at this age is awkward. And so it doesn't matter about gender or identity or anything. That awkward feeling is the same for everybody. I think the cover is gorgeous. Daniel has written a lot of this from his own high school diaries, so he's kind of delved back into some of his own angst, or their own angst from when they were younger. And so and it's got a great, it's a happy book, it's a happy love story. Anyway, I'm excited.
Yeah, did you think they might write a second one with the same character? Do you think it's
no? So I think it's they three. He signed a book deal for 3 books, and so they're standalone as far as I know.
Okay, exciting. No, it's great that this come out, and I'm so excited for it. And like you said, the cover's amazing as well. And I'm assuming it's like for 13 plus, 13, 14, 15 upwards.
Yeah. I'm busy watching Heartstopper season 2, and it's just that it reminds you so much of that angstiness when you're a teenager, and like, we didn't have it, did he text back, but did he look at me, did he see me, what did it mean when this didn't happen? And there's like little love passings of notes in the class, and it's the same, doesn't matter which what your interests are.
Perfect, wonderful, great. Thanks so much, Verushka, for your final title. All right, so it's over to Melita for your final title.
Oh, I love this one.
Melita, you just have to unmute yourself.
Okay, there you go. Sorry.
No.
So the final one that I'm talking about, Leon Ben Lambrecht, die Fietjie Polisiediens. So this is his second book with us, and it's a twist on fairy tales. It's really so sweet. It opens up the kids' imaginations, not to listen to the stories, but to make their own stories as well. So the residents of Fietjieland don't have a care in the world, thanks to Captain Fani and Sergeant Saartjie of the fairy police. But there's 3 cases that needs to be solved in the Great Wood. Someone has broken into the De Beers family house, eating all their porridge. And Jan Christoffel Giant's hen, who lays golden eggs, has been stolen as well. And then there are the 2 children who've disappeared. And all the clues point to a mysterious gingerbread house in the woods. So this is a fun read for kids. Ideal for Afrikaans kids, beginner readers, but then also, once again, it's ideal. The font is nice for second language readers. So and it's just absolutely fun. Like I said, ideal for kids with a wild imagination.
Yeah, and the illustrator is like so well known. I think like Zindela does like so many amazing children's books. You can spot her illustrations, and you might find in your home you've actually got some of her books, there, because she's done so much amazing stuff, so prolific, and like in children's books with all the authors she's been able to work with. So
absolutely, and what's wonderful is they're both local. Both from Cape Town. So yeah.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Thanks so much, Melita.
This one in the stores, I loved it. It's very sweet.
Very sweet. Okay, Sonia, so over to you for your final title.
Okay, let me
share your screen.
again. Sorry. There. Okay. Can you see Peppa Pig?
If we can.
And then the brands is all where children get so invested in the characters that it's quite easy to get them to read books that they saw the characters on TV and they just absolutely loved it. Peppa Pig has been part of the South African team now for 10 years, and she's been absolutely prolific. She also comes to South Africa twice a year. Well, yeah, she's been here this year as well, where she comes with a costume and the whole thing. And you will not believe how it's sold out. And I wonder sometimes if it's not more the mummies and the aunties and the grandmas that love Peppa Pig more than the children. So this year we've got, we had a Papa Peekaboo, we had a Papa book for Peppa Pig last year. We couldn't keep enough stock for Christmas.
Wow.
And now we've got a new one. I know. It is ridiculous. And this year we've got Peppa the unicorn, but she's the unicorn. So she's got her friend, because last year it was Peppa's unicorn, but this year she is the unicorn. She can see there she's got a little horn. These are fantastic little readers for children to get their teeth into. And that is what we're trying to do, is make reading fun from a very early age. The parents can read to the children, but also the children can start a little bit older and they can read on themselves. The ones with the fairies, the unicorns, the mermaids, anything like that, yeah, we do really well with. So Peppa the unicorn, she is the unicorn. Yeah, and she's going to a dress-up party with her unicorn friend, and yeah, with everything unicorn. I'm very excited for these. Like I said, the three titles I'm talking about today is really brands that are recognizable, and then we're having loads of fun with them.
Perfect, wonderful. Thanks, Sonia. So that is all the titles for today. So thank you so much, everyone, for that wide range. So great to see books for little kids all the way up to teenagers. I just want to quickly just share our best-selling books with everybody. Let me just find my presentation. Okay. Yeah. So this is what's been selling at Reader's Warehouse for the past 2 weeks. Just make it bigger. So number 5 is the latest Rick Riordan title, The Sun and the Star, the Nick D'Angelo adventure, the book 1 with Mark Oshra. Then number 4 is the latest Dogman title, 20,000 Fleas Under the Sea. Number 3 is the latest David Walliams collection of stories, The World's Worst Monsters and the World's Worst Series. And then number 2 is like a perennial favorite, The Ugly Five by Judah Darnton is our number 2. And then number 1, this whole series has just been selling extremely well, and it's still selling very well at the moment. The series just ended, I think, this past Thursday on Amazon. So it's Some Pretty series by Jenny Han. So those are our top 5 best-selling books for the past 2 weeks in our stores and on our website. Let me just say thank you to everyone for joining today and watching. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Rushka. Thank you, Melita and Sonia. Thank you for making the time. We'll be back next Monday live with adult titles. But until then, everybody have a great week and happy reading. Bye, everyone. Keep well. Bye. Thank you, everyone.